Hey everybody, welcome back. I tell you what, we're going to be going over a locksmith business for sale today in Florida, and I'm very excited to get the Lockfather's POV on it, point of view. Let's have some fun.
It's not always a good one.
All right, Neville, hey, thanks for being here.
Yeah.
Great to hang out with you a little bit, talk
Yep.
a little bit of business.
Always.
And as what we got today is a well-established locksmith business in Orlando for sale. Okay. And I think it's a pretty good one, and I'm really curious to hear your thoughts on it. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to read the listing.
Okay.
And let's talk about it. So looking for a Central Florida locksmithing company?
Mm-hmm.
That's a question.
I'm just
joking.
No. Too humid down there.
This is a fantastic opportunity to own a well-established locksmith business in Orlando, Florida. The company has been serving the community for over 45 years and has a strong reputation for providing excellent customer service. It's a family-owned business with a strong reputation, over 45 years of experience, wide range of service, loyal customer base, turnkey operation. The business offers a variety of services, including lock repair, safe services, and access control. This is a turnkey operation with a loyal customer base. The new owner will be able to step right in and start making money. The seller is willing to be an employee if the buyer would like a seasoned technician after the sale. So it's home-based. Okay. Reasons for selling are retirement. Trading hours, business hours are 10 to 1 Monday through Friday.
3 hours a day.
4 employees.
Okay.
Years established 17.
Okay.
Support and training. Seller will train for 2 weeks at no cost. The furniture fixture value is $45,000, which is included in the asking price. Inventory stock value is $7,500, and the business can be ran from home.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So the sales revenue is $430,000 with a cash flow of about $160,000.
Okay.
And the asking price is $300,000.
Okay.
So go ahead and give me some of your initial thoughts.
Did it say how many vans he had? If he has 3 employees or 4?
4 employees, and it does not say how many vans, but the furnitures and fixtures is $45,000. So
that means vans too, so there must be old vans again. Or that's not necessarily true. It could be a van because that's their shop,
Yeah.
because they're working out of the house.
Mm-hmm.
They probably have something in the garage maybe, or the living room, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, the first thing I was concerned about was the guy wants to retire. Why does he want to come back to work for the guy?
Yeah, I found that as I was reading that, I was like, it feels like a red flag.
Right.
But what we don't really know is the person saying that, hey, if you want me to be a part-time service
guy, I will be.
Yeah,
keep busy because I'd have to do something like that.
So, but yeah, I thought that was interesting.
Right. A lot of money for a home base business, I felt.
What do you mean? Like a lot of revenue or a lot of asking price?
A lot of asking price.
Okay.
The other thing is you would think they would have 2 or 3 vehicles, because if it's run out of the house, how many people you need to answer the phone? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Unless they take 2 people on every job.
Probably not.
Okay.
Would be my guess, right?
Right.
Because how are you going to make the $430,000 and make $160,000 profit if you got 2 people sitting in the car for one job?
Absolutely.
Okay. Well, let me ask you a couple questions.
Okay.
lock repair, safe services, access control, all that kind of stuff. Family owned, 45 years of experience. When I see 430,000 of revenue and then 160 of profit, it tells me there's a lot of service going on. Okay.
Right.
Not as much parts per se. Not heavy
only
parts.
had 7,500 in parts.
7,500 in inventory.
Inventory, yeah.
Which might be the first ever one that we've done that seems that the inventory value might be right.
You're right.
Right. But so when you look at the inventory and then you look at the sales, you're like, okay, this is a very heavy service business, which I view as a positive.
Right.
Because it's not going to cost you a lot to operate.
Right.
In investment, right?
Absolutely.
There could be just some cars, if they're doing lockouts, like a real gas mileage.
Yes.
A $12,000 car or something.
Yeah. Like my Kia, just zipping around.
And the thing, what do you think about when you look at this revenue and then you look at 4 employees and then you look at the fixture cost? Sometimes I wonder, people want to group in like maybe a spouse or partner that just does the books.
Right.
Right, and it's like, well, technically, are they employee? Yes. In this situation,
are they getting paid? Or not?
Yeah, are they working 12 hours a week or a month type of thing, right? And so it's always hard for me when you see those numbers to not really know what to think. Where are you at with that?
That's a lot of profit.
It's a lot of profit for.
So maybe they just do more, property management type things, or hotels, or. Where they're constantly doing rekeys and, When
we got lock repair, safe services.
Now, safes you can make a lot of money at.
If you're drilling safes.
Yeah.
But it's also very hard to train.
Yes, because there's so many different types.
So many different types, yeah.
Or maybe they're just servicing safes. They don't open them, but they just change the combinations.
Yeah, that's just good money.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, what are your main thoughts here? I'm most excited about there is 160,000 of profit off 400.
Yeah, because that's almost half.
Yeah.
Half of its profit.
Yeah.
I wish mine was that way.
Yeah.
With the profit, they're saying, there is a lot. So, and low inventory again, they have to be doing tons of rekeys. Or some type of labor.
Yeah, a lot of labor.
Right, with no really parts, like you said.
Yeah.
It'd be, that's a heck of a business if you can do that for,
It is.
For 4,000, almost half's profit.
It's not bad, is it?
No, not at all. It's quite good.
It is. And so,
but the people moving, if those people don't live in that Orlando area, they might have to move it a little different to their home or whatever.
Yeah.
So you never know what more cost that's going to be.
Yeah. And I think, props to these people for, they've been serving the community for over 45 years.
Yeah, you don't hear too many of that story.
That's amazing. So, it could potentially be on its second generation even.
Yes.
Right? It could.
Absolutely.
So that's pretty cool. And it's cool to see the 45 years of service and then you see the size of the revenue, then the profit. It's cool. It's hey, good job. Right? Good job. You've done well. The thing though that I want to talk about for a minute is, what though? It says 45 years. Hold on. Look, it says 45, been serving the community for over 45 years, but then years established to 17.
Yeah.
So
maybe that's the second generation?
Maybe. But so let's go off to 17 years. But that's still a significant
Maybe it's been the same business and 2 different owners or whatever.
Yeah. Great point. Great point. But let's talk about this though. The trading hours of, I'm going to assume business hours, 10 to 1. And I want to say this right here, right now. If they're making 430,000 of revenue,
I'm changing my hours
with 160,000 of profit, working 10 to 1 Monday through Friday.
That's unbelievable.
I'm gonna go home and ask my wife if we can move.
Right? No, that's for 3 hours a day.
3 hours a day.
It's hard to fathom that.
Yeah, part of me wants to think that's a typo, and then the other part of me is maybe there is a way.
Yeah, they got it together,
I mean, at this point, why retire, though?
It seems like he already is. Working those little hours. Does it say AM to PM or no?
This is 10 to 1. I mean, it could be night, but still.
Yeah.
I mean, you can still work those 3 hours at 10 p.m. to 1 a.m. and get a good night's sleep.
No, meaning from 10 in the morning to 1 a.m.
Oh.
Because of all the, Disneyland and now if it's that, you're working a lot.
You know what? I mean, I guess my fantasy is...
Pretty much shot.
We get back to, we're talking... You're right, it's probably 10 a.m. to 1 a.m.
Right.
In a big city like that, it makes sense.
Right.
With the parks closing and all that stuff going on. Okay. And then, they get to bed at, they get done off work at 1. Of course, they're starting at 10 because, they need to sleep, right?
Right.
Okay.
Makes more sense that way.
Thank you for that. Yes.
See, the old guy does know something.
Absolutely. Hey, that's why you're here, I mean, that's good. So, what are your overall thoughts? And the big question, the Lockfather, as we know, right? We've done enough, everyone watching, right? Or listening, we've done enough of these episodes to know that the Lockfather does not pay asking price.
Right, because I'm very frugal with my money because it's hard to make.
And once again, we've told the story before of a real estate deal the two of us did together. And there was the asking price and then the price I wanted to offer and the price that you wanted to offer. And the price that you wanted to offer, I thought would be insulting.
When you do deals, there's never an insulting price. It's all about the money.
Yeah, and so we offered the insulting price, even with me. It was going to be to my benefit if we got it,
right?
Because we were going 50-50 on the deal. Right. But long and behold, the Lockfather got it well below the price that I was going to pay for it. And I learned a lot through that transaction. Now, we've since sold and moved on, but it was probably, as an adult, one of the first times I was like...
Oh, maybe Dad knows something.
Yeah, like, the Lockfather does have a few tricks up his sleeve here,
Well, the only thing is people can say no. Okay, then you can, renegotiate.
Yeah.
Or if they felt it was insulting to tell you to take a hike, but a seller would never say that, take a hike, because they want it to sell.
Yeah.
So you renegotiate another price. There's no price but isn't reasonable.
Sure.
When you're negotiating for anything, business, car, whatever.
Yeah. So with 130,000 of revenue, 160 of cash flow, asking price of 300, that includes the furnitures and the vans and the inventory. If you were in that area, would this business interest you, and what would you pay for it?
Well, again, I bought a business like this, but it did have a brick and mortar place. Mm-hmm. But what they were asking, I think, was $270 or something. Okay. And then I ended up getting it for $50. So anything, can work. Yeah.
So what are you asking here?
I probably, and we don't know any of these companies. We just got it off the internet or wherever.
Yep. It's the fun part, right? Because when we don't know these people. I don't even talk about.
And we're not insulting them by any means.
No.
It's just our opinions.
Well, or for the record, maybe if any of these are your business and you do feel insulted, it's the Lockfather's fault, not me. No.
I would have to see what everything is, before you could even make an offer.
Yeah.
Because they're saying 200,000.
They're asking 300.
300. It's a little steep for not having really any assets. Blue Sky is worth something.
Yeah. I mean, it's really that phone number.
Right.
Or maybe and/or website.
And he says he has people what will stick with him. Mm-hmm. Well, it's all about personalities again. That's great, but it means nothing.
Yeah. It was pretty much like when you bought one of the local locksmithing shops, that it was pretty obvious at this point that people who were using them did not want to use you.
Correct.
And what happens as soon as you put a Country Lock and Key sign in the front and they walk in and they see a guy standing there with one of these green polos on, they're pretty much...
Oh, I'm not dealing with you guys, and turned around and walked out. Okay, sorry. Did you want to talk about it? But they didn't.
Yeah.
Because when you have employees represent you, but some of them, we all have bad days.
Yeah.
And the customer might have a bad day. So
yeah.
It's one of those deals. But I would have to see a lot. 300 seems high for what it is.
Mm-hmm.
But if he can prove that he's making that much profit, might be worth it.
Yeah. Absolutely. And especially in a place like Orlando, right? There's probably a lot of opportunity for expansion, possibly.
Oh, absolutely.
There's a lot of stuff going on in that city.
Got all those big hotels and businesses and just neighborhoods.
Yeah.
But, I'd have to see it, and I would say the most, if it's really that profitable, probably 100,
Mm-hmm.
I want a little upside when I start.
You do, right? Because what's important in a business like this is most likely you're also working in the business. Right? And so you really want if you didn't have to work in the business, you can look at it more from a mathematical equation of investment.
Right.
But a business like this is most likely going to require your
attention
all the time and work.
Right.
So yeah, I can definitely see that. So, well, perfect. Hey, Dad, once again, thanks for coming on, hanging out, getting to pick your brain a little bit.
Yeah, not much of a brain to pick anymore.
Oh, come on now. And everybody, hey, thank you for watching and or listening. And of course, we both want to know what you think and what your thoughts are in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time.
Have a good one.
Congrats, you've made it to the end. Now, I want to make sure that when you are commenting on our videos that you include the hashtag Lockboss. When you do, you automatically get entered in to win one of 5 free prizes we give away every Tuesday live here on YouTube. So I look forward to reading your comment and responding soon. Until next time.